Hello, my name is Edwin. I'm a third-year computer science major, and I use he, him pronouns. The top two courses that I like to ULA for are CS 130B with Professor Siri and CS 130A with Professor Singh. I'm excited to be a ULA because I want to help students gain confidence with the material and help them grasp this difficult concepts. So the topic that I'll be discussing today is the longest common subsequence, which is a topic that's covered in CS 130B. So I'm gonna jump straight into it by sharing my whiteboard. Here I show an example of the longest common subsequence problem, and we're given two strings with X and Y, and we're trying to find the longest common subsequence of these two strings. If we just take a look at these and look at some of the sequences, we can see that there's like a that they're shared. So if we go through this string this way, from left to right, and this string from left to right, and try to find some of the matching subsequences, we can see A, like that. There's also another one, maybe take A, and then A, C, like this. So this could be another possibility. So initially, this problem looks pretty tricky. How do we know when to start? Like, do we take this letter to start? Do we take this letter to start? And how far do we go? Seems like a very tricky question. And it is, but we can use dynamic programming to help us with this problem. So what I've done here is made the problem into a table. So I tabulated the problem so that we could get a visual understanding of what we're trying to do. Here, I've simply put the X string on the horizontal column or the horizontal row, and I put the Y string on the vertical column. I've also initialized all these counts to 0 just as a starting point. Here, we're going to break this problem down in step by step. So we're just going to take a look at the first letters. So if we just take a look at this letter A and then this letter, and just ignore the rest of the string, what's the longest common subsequence here? Well, since they match, it must be 1. So we're going to put 1 here. And we're going to notice a pattern now that every time two letters match, we're going to increase the diagonal by 1. That might sound confusing at first, but we'll see how this pattern plays out. So since this is 1, we can fill out the rest of the table. Let's just go left to right. I just arbitrarily chose it this way. So A and A match. So we're going to do this diagonal. A and C do not match. So we're going to take the max of the left and the top. And we'll see how this works out later on. There we go. Now the intuitive explanation. So if X was just a string A, and Y was the string AAC, what's the longest common subsequence that we could get? Well, since X is just A, we could get it's just the letter A. So if we just saw this part, it'll be 1. If we saw this part, it'd still be 1 because, well, we only have A here. And if we saw AAC, it would still be 1. And that's how we that's how we fill out this table row. Now we can move on to the next letter in X, which is C. So we compare A and C, they do not match. So we're gonna take the maximum of the left and the top, which is 1. And then we're gonna continue on. C and A do not match. So we're gonna take the max of these two, it's 1. And C and C do match. So we're gonna look at the diagonal and add 1 to it. And we can stop it right here and check if our answer makes sense so far. Given AC and AAC, what's the longest common subsequence that we can make? Well, if we just looked at AA and AC, then, well, it'll just be A, which makes sense since these are all 1s. But if we introduce one more letter, which is C, we notice that we have the number 2 here. And we can fill out the rest of the table similarly, which I'll do right now. AA do match, we're gonna do this. This is 2, this is 2. A, B do not match. We'll take the max. A, B do not match. We're going to take the max. Take the max. And here at the bottom right-hand corner is where we'll find our answer. So the longest common subsequence is 2, and we can trace back to find the diagonals to see what we have. So we would either have like AC or maybe AA, and that's how we get longest common subsequence.